Hello Flosstube, it is Helen D. Today we're doing another of my unboxings. This may be the last one. I believe I started last year with spring, and this will get me through everything, except like new stuff I added since last year, but there hasn't been that much. So today is Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day. I was thinking I would do them separately, but I went to pull my Valentine's Day stuff out. These are two holidays that I don't have that much. They're short seasons, right? The Valentine's Day stuff's up for like a month, and then the St. Patrick's Day stuff is up for like a month. So I don't have that much. I actually have 6 things for each holiday. So I could definitely use some expansion in this area. We'll see. I think it's because it's at the beginning of the year. I'm not thinking like, oh, Christmas is over. I gotta start stitching my Valentine stuff. So I just don't have that much, but we'll see. So we will launch in. As always, I will list everything down below because I already know I don't know a couple of these names. So I'll list them below in the order that I talked about them. And I don't remember all of the fabrics. So that's that. Or flosses for that matter. So we will launch in with the Valentine stuff first, the 6 Valentine's things. First of all, I did a number of these, and you've seen them throughout the different seasons. These are from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and they're little sayings. This is Hugs and Kisses and Candy Wishes. They're all the same size. They finish the same size. I finished them all the same. I mounted the stitching on mat board with padding. I used some kind of trim. In this case, it's a pom-pom, a fabric on the back. I just glued it on there. I have a washer. And then I think I've talked about these and never remember to grab one. I have these wood blocks. Mine came from Joann, like 100 years ago, but you see them around. I've seen them at Walmart. They're just like little planks. And I glue my magnet on here so that way I can just, boop, put it on there. I like to put my magnet on the board and my washer on the stitching so that when I store them, they don't all stick together. So there's that one, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Next up is my Valentine Tiny Town, but that's not the name of it. It's the Valentine's Tiny Town. I'm recording this on a Monday, can you tell? So this is Heart and Hand, and this was before I bought the bigger basket. I finished these and hang them on a basket that I got at Target, and then I can put the rest of them as smalls in the basket. So I had to take out, there's a house on a hill, and I took that out so that I could fit everything else. This is on, it's a Picture This Plus. I think it's a 16 count. Glacier, possibly. It's like a blue. And I forgot to sew those buttons on, so I just glued them on when I was done. Again, mounted with some batting fabric. This time I used a rickrack around the edge. And this one, I just, I used the bulb, like they're like little light bulbs or the gourd pins, and I pin it through my fabric back here, and I hang it from that basket. So there's that one. And then in the basket, I have 4 pillows. This first one I know is from Hands On Design, and Kathy Hopperman every year puts out a free Valentine pillow in honor of Bill, her husband. So this was one of them. Love You. On a scrap of gray with some pom-pom trim. I can tell I finished these at the same time because 2 have this backing fabric and actually 3 have this backing fabric. So this is just a little heart tulips on Love You. I don't remember what I used for a floss. I just picked a pink that I liked the looks of. And then this one, these next 2 are from a Brenda Gervais book that I can't remember the name of, but I'll put it below, and it has 5 or 6 Valentine smalls. I think it goes this way. So this one I just, again, I picked I picked a variegated that I had that I liked, pink. I think that's supposed to be a heart, which would mean it goes this way. This one's stitched up quick. Same finish on the back, same trim. We're very matchy-matchy for Valentine's. That same book from With Thy Needle, I stitched, I believe this is out of that book, this one. I think I used the same pink floss and then one of the hearts. I think in the book it was white, but the white wasn't going to show up there. So I just picked a different, brighter pink. This one I finished with a piece of hem tape, seam tape, twill tape, a piece of white twill tape, then some XO fabric, and then I wrapped a piece of baker's twine right around twice and just tied it in a bow. And because it had all this going on, I didn't do any trim. And then my final Valentine, this one is from Luminous Fiber Arts, Misty Purcell. Again, I don't remember the name of it. She released this a couple years ago. Maybe, I don't know. It's available. So this one, it was charted as monochromatic, but I decided to do it in 2 colors of pink, so a dark and a white, and it says LOVE, and then I put mine and my husband's initials in 2007, which is when we got married. So this one I finished long, so just have a different look with a piece of lace. This is one of those bulb pins, which I just put on there with some little beads, just to give it a little something on that side. So that is that one. And that's all I have for Valentine's. Sometimes I put them just on this little section here. Or I have a little shelf in the kitchen that I just decorate that one because that's all I have. So moving on to St. Patrick's Day, which I will put the St. Patrick's Day stuff out when I put the Valentine's Day stuff away. Again, I have 6 things. Until last weekend, I only had 5. So this is a Lizzie Kate chart. I'll list the name below. It's an older one, but it should be available through 123 Stitch. And I finished this as a styrofoam block. I do have a tutorial for that. People seem to have a hard time finding that one. So I think originally I named it No So Cube. I have now changed the name to include Styrofoam Cube. So hopefully it's a little easier to find, but I will link that below. So there's that one. And then this one is also a cube. I don't remember what fabric this is on. This is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I think it was called Lucky. An adorable little leprechaun. All my gold is sparkly. And I did this one as a cube as well. I put white on the back. I probably didn't have enough of that fabric. You don't see it. So there's that one. This little one is one of mine. It's one of my freebie charts. So that is available on my website. Shamrocks, Rainbows, Leprechauns, Pot of Gold. And I remember when I designed this, I showed it to Donna, who politely told me I had spelled leprechauns wrong. Luckily, I hadn't stitched it yet. So again, I put a piece of, this isn't twill tape, this is fabric folded over. There's a name for that. There's a name for that. Fluted? I don't know. And then I did a herringbone stitch and some sparkles. The O was sparkles. Some fabric and some pom-poms. This one was the first stand-up that I did. He's tipsy. This is an older chart from Heart in Hand. Sometimes it's hard to find. It does pop up. Leggy Leprechaun, I think. So my Leggy Leprechaun has had one too many Guinness, and he's a little tippy. I believe I chose my own colors for this. There's his legs. Look. So he's just a little, but he's fun. This one is Bent Creek Shamrock Row, and I finished it as a drum the size of my face. I know I picked my own colors for this because I wanted some purple. So I have purples, I think it's 3 different purples and 3 different greens and a yellow or gold. So for this giant drum, I should have, like, this was my first drum. I ended up having a lot of empty space, so I bought some of this trim at Joann's and just sewed it or glued it, I can't even tell, around the edge to fill up some of that space. And then there's my giant drum. And then the last one that I have is also from Bent Creek. This one I believe is still available. It's one of their word sampler charts where it has the alphabet and then one of the words is a different color. This frame keeps falling apart, so I'm trying not to let it clank on you. So this is a frame that I got ages ago at Michael's. At Christmas time. The back says 1/20/20, so I've had this in my closet and I was looking to finish this and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to put it on, and it fit in here perfect, so that's what I did. So this one I did a ruched ribbon on the edges, and it's a seam tape, which is very thin, like a seam ribbon. So I used a purple and a gold, a purple and a green. You can't really see the green as much, but that gives it a little, thickened it up a little and made it easier to put on. Kathy Haberman has a tutorial for doing this pinned ruched ribbon, which I will link. So there's that one. I picked my own colors for this as well, because I knew it was going with this, which had greens and purples. I may have used the same greens and if I'm smart, I use the same greens and purples, but I didn't write it down, so I don't know what I used. So that is Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. What do you guys do for not Thanksgiving? Oh my gosh, I need coffee. Do you guys do Valentine's and St. Patrick's stitching? Sometimes I find it hard, like I said, because it's only up for a month. So just one little space and then I take it down and put up, I go full on spring and Easter typically when I take the St. Patrick's Day stuff down. So that is all of it. I'll list them below. Let me know if you have any questions and I will see you later. Bye.